Adobe Firefly is a Midjourney competitor that was only allowed to use if you pay for an expensive Photoshop program, but now it's fully free for everyone to use. Instead of having to pay $50 or even $200 for a Photoshop subscription, you can just start creating Adobe Firefly images totally for free. The site that you should go to is firefly.adobe.com, and the link is in the description or in the first pinned comment right here below, so you can click just there. The styles that you can create with Adobe Firefly are very diverse. For instance, here we have a photorealistic butterfly. Here we have a drawing of a cat. This is really a picture of a house, it seems like. So you see that there's many possibilities and it's creating some really cool results. How to get started is just go to the top right and press sign in. And if you don't have an Adobe Creative account yet, you can just create it here. And here you see the options that you have. So you have text to image, generate images from a detailed text description, Generative Fill, so use a brush to remove objects or paint in new ones using the text descriptions. And you have text effects that you can create text with a certain style. Generative Recolor, that you can create your vector art in different colors without really having to change it. And in the future here we're gonna have 3D to image and extend image. So these are already things that in Photoshop you can use, but again, you need an expensive subscription. So this is just very nice, free for everyone. And we're gonna start with text to image because it's super easy to use. Just press generate, and here you already see that there's a lot of different things that are generated. Here in the bottom you see describe the image you want to generate, and only English at the moment. I'm gonna go for a concert full of people holding up phones with lights creating starry sky effect. So this is a pretty difficult one, and I just go to the right and press generate. And here on the right, we already see some options that we have right here. You can first select the aspect ratio. So you can either go for square, widescreen, vertical. You have all the options that you want. So now it's just square selected. As you see, we got some nice results. It is a pretty hard prompt, so it's not amazing, but it's already, it's some good first results, right? And what I mean with Adobe Firefly is so easy is because we can go to the right, and here we can just select what we want, and we don't have to add hard things in a prompt. What kind of content is it? Is it art? Is it graphic? Is it a photo? So let me go for a photo right here. And you can also select styles. So here in the bottom you see all different type of styles that you could add if you want. So now I selected photo, and it's still not really a photo. Like, it doesn't look too realistic yet, but I can go further, right? Let me select synthwave and go for generate. And here in the bottom now you see the prompt with the styles that are added. So photo with synthwave is added. And now it's already totally different. So the photo part is not really doing. So maybe I'm gonna go for graphic just to see what comes out of it. And here in the bottom you even have more. You can go for color and tone. You can go for lightning. So let's see this one. This looks super cool, right? It's some kind of art that is just created here like this. And I see here the fisheye option, so I will add the fisheye option, and I'm just gonna do photo again just to see if we can get the photo out of it. Photo, synthwave, backlighting, and fisheye. Right here we got a bit more photo style. I added the composition and lightning, and it's not amazing, right? It's not perfect yet. So let me try something else. Photo of man walking dog in New York, and selected photo, backlighting, narrow depth of field, and antique photo. And this is already looks more like a photo. It's super glitchy because here the man is walking this way and the dog is walking the other way. So now I'm just asking dog enjoying grass in park. And I only selected graphic, nothing else, no different effects of anything. And here we got some nice little graphic styles. Let's see if we can create it even further, create it even more in the style that we want. I'm always a big fan of cyberpunk. So just select that one and generate and just see how much different it is gonna get. And it already added a totally new layer to it, and it looks pretty good, to be honest. I'm on the home page again, and in the top here you have gallery. And right here we have all the images that are created. And I'm curious how people actually create the super realistic images, because it was hard for me, right? I was not able to create the super realistic images yet. So let's find one. I think this one just looks super realistic. So I click on it. What happens right away is they just open the text to image prompt. You see here a winter forest with a river at sunset, and on the right you see what is selected, and actually nothing is selected. This is just the whole prompt. This one, it looks realistic, and again nothing else is selected. It's just Midtown Manhattan with cherry blossoms on a rainy day. The longer you look, the less amazing it gets. So I think with Adobe Firefly, realistic images, it's not the best. So for that, you should still use Midjourney. But art styles and some different type of graphic effects you can really do in this tool. I mean, you are able to create really amazing images right here. You can see it on these images that are just shown, right? I mean, this one looks amazing. And here you see it's a painting and an isolated iron lighthouse. I think it looks great. This one looks great. And it's just nice that you can easily see what people used for prompt and what effects they used. And now on to the next function, and that is Generative Fill. So you can click on an image and click here on Generative Fill. And here in Generative Fill, you can really go crazy. And this is like magical Photoshop in my opinion. So here in the bottom, you have your options. You have Add, Subtract, Background, Invert, and Settings. And first thing is just Add. And what I do is you can take a section that you want to change in the image. So I just clear out this top left part, and I'm just gonna type in the bottom shining sun and just press generate. And in the bottom it's gonna generate 4 types of suns right now that can be implemented in the image right there. So as you see, here we have the first one, second one is not great, this one. They're not amazing. Maybe I can press more and then see if we can get a couple more. So it's not an amazing sun. So let me take a bit more. Shining sun in sky. And generate again. And maybe with this, it's easier for the program to really fill it in with what I asked it to. And there we go. Now we actually have a little sun right here, you know. The other ones are not great, but this one is pretty good. So I'm just going to press keep. And right here we added the sun. And you can always, if you select the section that you want to change, you can always press subtract. And you fill it in again with what you had before. So what else can you do? You have settings, and that's just the brush size. But here you have background. So if you press background, it selects the whole background and leaves the subject right there. I can also press invert, and then it's the other way around. So I'm going to go for this, that only the background is selected. And now I'm going to go for sunny, grass, field, and mountains. Generate. And like this, it should really place our subject in the middle of sunny mountains with grass field. So I'm curious if it can actually do this. And let's take a look. I mean, it's not perfect, right? Okay, this one's actually pretty good. I like this one. This one is good. And again, it's not perfect, but it's fun to try out. And you can always change things. You can always switch it up a little bit, and it's just free. And I think that's great because we, the users, get more and more tools. There's more competition. So which one you should use is up to you, you know. If you want, you can try this one for an hour. Another hour you try Leonardo. Another hour you try Playground AI, whatever. You know, there's so many tools. They're all free. And I think it's just an amazing time to be in the AI art scene and just try to create different things, use different tools, and just have a lot of fun with them, you know. And here you have text effects, which is also pretty fun. You see here a lot of letters in different style. This is with cookies, fur. I don't know what this is. This is a cable, popcorn. It keeps going, right? So you can go here in the bottom and select the text. I'm gonna go for my name, Max. And here describe the text effect you want to generate. And I don't know, it's hard. Maybe I want to have the keys from keyboards filling my name. So let's see if this actually works. And again, this is super easy to use. Here in the top right, you can select some fonts. Here they already have some options if you want. And let's see what came out. Yeah, these are not amazing. I don't think it really understands what I meant. But you can see if you go here to the options, there's already so many options, right? And you can go crazy here. If you just want to have a nice letter or a nice text in a certain style, you can just go crazy. And this, I mean, it looks pretty good. I like this style. And once you like it, you can just download it, and then you have there your letters or your name. In the FAQ of Firefly, they say a couple things. So right now it's only accessed on the web. It supports Chrome, Safari and Edge browsers on the desktop, and currently no tablets or phones yet. But what's going to happen in the future is that the Creative Cloud apps will have Firefly. So Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator. In the future, you can just create your own images in those apps. But again, if you don't have those apps, you don't need to worry because it's just free on this website. I'm very curious what you think of the results. When I look more into it, I think Midjourney still has the upper hand. It creates more realistic images, really more artsy images. and you can just go even crazier with what you create. But then again, Firefly is free. It is super easy to use. You don't need a Discord account. You don't need a membership. That's a lot of points that Midjourney has in minus. So it depends on yourself. Do you really want to create the best AI art images? Use Midjourney. If you just want to have fun, try out some different tools, enjoy, create something, fill it in with Generative Fill, or show someone what you can do with AI art, then Firefly is a great option. So let me know in the comments what you think about this tool and subscribe because I make a lot more AI content videos.